not the best setup, but it'll do for now. What's up, peoples? Let me share this joint out right quick. Make sure you hit the like button as you coming in. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe, man. What's going on, everybody checking in? Turn this down a little bit. Mario, I see you. Corey, what's up? Roscoe, what's up? Hey, that was a funny video you did, Roscoe. Well done, well done. Funny video. Z Simply Harlan, my brother. Receiver closed again today. Hey, man, you know, because they got common sense. You understand? Let me see. What up, Big Boom? Quay Brown. The weather's out of control. That's a fact, Lord. You and the Ritz-Carlton like Brown. Hey, man, listen, man. Sometimes you got, nah, this ain't the Ritz-Carlton, though. This is a very cheap hotel. and I'm going to tell you why I got a cheap hotel in a minute. Because, I mean, it ain't really no secret. I just knew I was going to be here a while. So, instead of paying $120 a night, I was paying my little $62 a night. Like, that's just, you know what I mean? Catch you on the replay, shut down yesterday because of the rules in Kentucky got bad catfish tail every time I got in the left lane. Yeah, man, shut that shit down. Finally made it back to Pennsylvania. Word, that's what I'm trying to get to, bro. I'm supposed to be headed to Pittsburgh, but I don't know when we're gonna get there. Real truckers don't shut down, they keep driving no matter the weather. Oh, okay. Real truckers got money for tow bills and got secondary career options for when they roll the truck and that shit go on their DAC. You feel me? So I guess I'm not a real trucker. That's cool. Ooh, that shit's so good right there. I ain't gonna tell y'all what that is. My serpentine belt broke, so I'm stuck in Pecos. Damn. Sorry to hear that. So I'm gonna do my best not to make this too long. Hey, boo, I see you. Real truckers don't need to use chains even when the law requires it. Real truckers keep moving. Smart and better than overcrowded truck stop. Yeah, you know what I mean? Listen, man. I'm trying not to make this too long. Because I want to order me some food. Like, it's a little restaurant across the street, and I heard they got good omelets, so I ain't gonna try to be out here too long. 56 people in here. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? Hit the bell. Y'all know the vibes. That's a fact. Real truckers know their limits. That's a big fact. So basically, make a long story less long, I'm shut down, man. I'm shut down. And I don't know when I'm gonna start moving again. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Today is Tuesday, and I've been where I've been in the middle of nowhere since Saturday. And so what happened was, you know, yeah, for those who've been following me, you know, I got in that accident. Not accident, I had that incident last week where I turned on the side road and hit ice and rolled right off the road into the ditch. And that ended up costing me $500. It didn't go on my DAC or nothing like that. There was no other vehicles involved. There was no police call, nothing like that. It was just me in the ditch, and the tow truck guy came and pulled me right out. And so then after that, I told my dispatcher, like, yo, get me out of here, send me west. So he sent me out west. I went to Cali. Nice paying load out of Cali. Was like $3,100. And so I did that to Bakersfield. And I actually was ready. Like, I was kind of back and forth with it because I didn't know if I wanted to stay on the West Coast or if I wanted to, like, come back to the East Coast, because I knew I could get a good paying load coming out of Cali, but I just didn't want to run into no snow and ice because that seemed like what everybody was getting, which is why I went to the West Coast in the first place. But at the same time, when I got to the West Coast and I seen that diesel was like $4 everywhere, like, you know what I mean? And then, you know, VL has this new policy to where with their fuel cards, you can only fuel at Flying J's and Pilots. Everywhere else, you can only get 50 gallons. Which is kind of weird to me because if I'm paying for the fuel, I should be able to fuel I want. But I guess it's just one of those things that you know, when you pull for the carrier that you leasing to, you gotta abide by the rules. You deal with it or leave. So until I can leave or do something different, get my own fuel card or whatever, I gotta deal with it. So I was gonna be stuck paying damn near $4 a gallon. I think it was between like $3.50 and $4 a gallon in most places. So I assumed that if I took 40 back, that I would be good, because that's what I've done previous winters when I was out here. I knew that if I got down to the lower southern states, you know, your southern Cali's, your Arizonas, New Mexico's, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee's, you know, pretty much 40 all the way across, that you should, you know, for the most part, besides maybe like Flagstaff, just because of the elevation, you should be able to avoid snow and ice. And so I was like, man, you know what? Send me back east. Give me something good paying. I need something at least paying over, you know, I told him I need $2.50 a mile. I told him I need $2.50 a mile coming out at least, you know what I mean? So, cause he made it seem like Cali was coming off of a shutdown and shit was fucked up and not whatever. So I said, well, you know what I'm saying, do what you can for me. You know what I mean? The load that I'm currently under, going to Pittsburgh. And that load is like $6,100, right? Well, hazmat load. Could be more, could be less. You know, I won't tripping too much. I'm like 6,100. I can make that work. So I started driving, and I'm thinking the whole time, I thought that I won't go run into no snow until like maybe like Illinois, because the route you got to take really to go to PA from Cali, you go Cali, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, PA. So I didn't think that I was gonna really run into any serious weather until like maybe, like I said, Illinois, maybe Missouri, like, you know, once you get closer to St. Louis. Boy, was I wrong, man. I didn't even make it out of New Mexico. I didn't even make it out of New Mexico, man. Like, you know, and you know, when I got to Flagstaff, it was some snow, some freezing rain. But I just, you know, it's Flagstaff, so when you know, that elevation, you know, you know you're gonna see something. So I drove through that. You know, I drove through it because I knew I was gonna get out of it. Got through that, drove through the rest of Arizona. When I crossed into New Mexico, I ran into some clouds, and it was like the western part of New Mexico was kind of really fucked up. Like, it was like, you know, it was almost shut it down. But, you know, I looked at the radar and I seen that, okay, if I keep driving, I'll get through it. And that's the thing, man. Like, that's the only time I would recommend people driving through certain storms or weather conditions, if it's only for like a certain mile radius. If it's like a 20-mile radius of bad weather, then you can drive through it if it ain't too bad. So I drove through it. Got to Albuquerque. Everything was cool in Albuquerque. And then okay, I got a notification. Got up in the mountains in Albuquerque, and as soon as I got up in the Albuquerque mountains, man, I mean, it opened up. I mean, like, I had to like stop and think, like, am I in Montana? Like, am I in the Northwest? Like, it opened up like that. And, you know, I figured it was the elevation again, you know, going up into the, you know, for those who don't know, when you're coming westbound through Albuquerque, you know, you go through that mountain or the mountain range right before you go down in Albuquerque. So that's where I was at. Excuse me, that's where I was at. And it was just coming down. I mean, it got to a point where it was probably about like a 4 to 5 mile slowdown of just everybody going maybe like 10 miles an hour. You know what I mean? 15 at the most. And it was cool because it wasn't any accidents. And that was the first thing I thought in my mind once I saw how many vehicles was on the interstate and how all of us was going. I'm like, man, this about to turn into another Texas 35 or another PA. Like, it's about to be some. I was just waiting to run up or drive up and see some crazy accident on the side of the road. But, you know, I drove probably about another 25 miles from there, 20, 30 miles. And it was no accidents, nobody on the side of the road. Everybody was taking their time, had their flashes on, and was driving safely. So that was pretty dope, not to be a part of it, because like I can't even imagine being inside in one of those type of pileups where, you may have brought your vehicle to a complete stop, and everyone around you may have brought their vehicle to a complete stop, but then you got some idiot who was driving too fast for conditions, and then he come running to the back of y'all. Like that FedEx truck. So, but anyways, Everything went good. We got to a safe situation, and so I just decided that I was going to do a 34. I said, okay, by the time I do a 34, it was Saturday night. By the time I do a 34, we should be good to go, right? Wrong. I drove through that going westbound. Yeah, if you going westbound, you Gucci. Once you get past Albuquerque, you good. I woke up Monday morning, and between me, my mom, and my homeboy Wayne, shout out to my team back home, we turned into meteorologists. We just started researching and looking and just trying to figure out everything. And what we saw was pretty much the route that I have to take to get to Pittsburgh. Like, it's just completely fucked. Like, if I was to leave right now and start driving, I pretty much would be following the storm because the storm is headed towards the northeast from this area. So I would be following the storm. Like, I would literally be in it the entire way. You know, and then I think it was, I forgot if it was Saturday night or Sunday night where I saw there was a pileup on 44 in Oklahoma on a toll road at that, which is crazy to me because if I'm paying for tolls, that road should be spotless. But nonetheless, it was a pileup and a fiery crash on 44 in Oklahoma, you know, just outside Oklahoma City. And I'm just like, okay, you know what, man? I believe in cash trust. My truck is gonna be cash truck or light finance. Oh, okay. Y'all having your own conversation. So at that point, I was just like, man, you know what? It ain't even worth it. Like I was just looking at all my options. I was looking at every alternative route, and it just was none. Kansas was frozen. I got pictures from Kansas that somebody sent me. Bro, I made it to Dallas last night and I took I-10. It was bad from New Mexico. Be safe out there. Yeah, it's bad everywhere, man. Like, it's literally no route that you can take from the Midwest if you heading eastbound and it's not snow. It's snowing Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, parts of Virginia. Like, it's literally everywhere. It's literally everywhere. What did I say right there? Is there another storm coming? Because all storms moved out of Oklahoma and it was up to today. My understanding is supposed to be another storm coming at the end of the week. Like, it's still a winter advisory. Yes, yeah, that's a fact, Mario. It's supposed to be another storm. Cause see, right now, and then the other thing is too, is that even if it's not snowing, the temperature is still so cold that everything is frozen over. So the snow isn't really the issue, it's the ice. And if they're not taking care of those roads, or if they're barely taking care of those roads, I'm sorry. I just ran off the road last week. I'm just not gonna take a chance, man. I'm just not gonna take a chance. So, and that's part of the reason why I came and got this hotel, the cheap hotel, because yeah, it's $62 a night, but and it's a little cheaper, walls a little thinner. But I might be looking at being here for like a week. Like, you know, some people may sound being overly cautious, but again, I was just in a ditch last week. So forgive me for, you know what I'm saying, like not trying to go be in a ditch again. You know what I'm saying? So like today is Tuesday. I might not leave here until it don't look like the temperatures are supposed to climb back over. It don't look like the temperature is supposed to climb back over freezing until about like Friday. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. I've never seen anything like this. They're saying Oklahoma City, they said unless you're 100 years old, you've never seen temperatures like this in Oklahoma. You know what I mean? And it kind of goes to what I said in a video a couple videos ago, where it's like, hey, man, you know, everybody can brag about having a cash truck or finance truck or however much money you're making. But these are the times when you really feel like when you really learn what people are about. Because you can talk all that shit on the internet, but if you got to go out and drive in this, to me, you're broke. I'm sorry. I mean no disrespect. I don't mean to criticize anybody or anything like that. But to me, if you're going to go out here and risk your life in this type of weather, you hurting for money. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I can't co-sign that. I got too many people who watch my channel for actual information, for advice, and who are just looking to me as an example, as a driver. You know, that people who hit me up that are still in CDL school, people who are looking to get in trucking, and I have to set an example for my people, man. I'm underneath a $6,100 load. which is a really good paying load. But guess what? That $6,100 don't mean nothing if I go and roll my truck in Oklahoma or I roll my truck in Illinois. And here's the thing, I still have 1,600 miles to go. If I had maybe 400 miles to drive, maybe I would just go drive 50 miles an hour. But I have 1,600 miles left to drive. And from what the research I've done and what my team has done, 1,400 miles of that is snow and ice. Like, I'll probably be good the rest of New Mexico. I'll probably be good some of Texas. But once I get in Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and PA, it's all snow and ice. And I'm just not trying to do that. I'm not going to do it. Me personally. You know, anybody who wants to go out there, man, and show everybody how tough you are, and show everybody how skilled of a driver you are, and you know, you wanna stroke your ego, hey man, salute to you. I nothing but respect for you. And I pray that, you know, you don't crash. I pray you don't, you know, make a decision that could ruin your life, someone else's life, or your trucking career, or somebody else's trucking career. But to me, it's just not enough money in the world. It's just not. I just can't. No, I don't care if I had an authority. Like I said, I don't care if I had an authority, if I had a fleet. Like, mind you, I have plans. Like, I have stuff in the works right now. You know what I mean? Not to give away too much detail, but I was looking to be home this weekend and putting a driver in my truck next week. And I just had to tell him, like, hey man, you know, we're just gonna have to push this back some because it's just not even worth it. Like, even if I wanted to bring him on, like, one, most of the airports are closed, so I couldn't fly him to the truck. Two, once he gets in the truck, if it's still like this, he ain't gonna be able to make no money anyways. So it's just better to wait, man. Like, again, like, I got all kinds of plans and things that I'm trying to do. My wife wants me home. It's the longest I've been on the road in a while. You know, because here's the thing, like, you know, it's kind of like I was telling my dispatcher. Dispatchers will try to make you feel like you're being lazy, or you don't want to, you know, work. But who wants to sit in a hotel 1,800 miles away from home just to do it? I know I don't. I love my family. I want to be around my family. Like, I got a newborn son. I would love to. I haven't seen him in 3 weeks now. You know what I mean? It's fucking with me right now. You know, thank God I have my dog with me because it does help. You know, I think it was Al Smith that made the joke that my dog was an emotional support dog. And you know what? The more I think about it, it might be true because he has definitely made this experience a lot better, because it's like something about feeling alone during times like this, and having the dog has definitely helped. Like, I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all, man. It's dope. It really is. You know, he gets on my nerves, especially when he pee on the truck. But and he chew up my shit. Like, I had to get a new headset because he chewed up my shit. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just have to put your ego aside. You have to put your emotions to the side, and you have to look at the big picture. And the big picture is all of the plans that I have, business plans, goals, and aspirations, they can wait. They can wait. I'm 30, you know what I mean? I'm working on losing weight, so God willing, I'll be here another 30 years. So it's really no need for me to rush. Some of the worst decisions that I've made in my trucking career is because I rushed and I tried to move too fast. And I put myself in a bad situation that I just couldn't recover from, or I couldn't save. Sometimes you put yourself in a bad situation, you can recover from it, or you can make a couple adjustments and be okay. But going to drive on snow and ice because you want to make a certain amount of money so you can hurry up and put a driver in the truck and then send him out to drive in snow and ice, just not smart business. It's just not. Especially when the market is supposed to go crazy this year anyway. So why would I risk fucking up a truck or you know, costing me some outrageous amount of money to fix a truck right before the market is about to take off anyways? You know what I mean? It's the middle of February. I mean, in a month from now, you know, who knows what the market will look like. You know, we may be pulling shit for $3 a mile. But I'm not going to risk and chance that because I wanted to make a certain amount of money right now. You know what I mean? And mind you, I'm coming off of a 7-week break. So I didn't make money for 7 weeks. And I'm saying this. So it just goes to show you, like, sometimes, like, the money is the least important thing in the decision-making process when it comes to your business or your career. Sometimes the money will be the reason why you fail because you're chasing the money and you're chasing, you know, the opportunity to make more money, but you're risking so much more. Sometimes the risk is just not worth it, man. And if you can't understand that, I just don't. I don't know how else to put it to you. Why does VL have a company card where I can't buy things off the truck? This sucks. Why does VL not have a company card where I can buy things for the truck? This sucks. Because you should be responsible for buying your own things. I don't understand that question. Let me read some of these comments. I want a dog, but the piss and crapping would annoy the heck out of me unless it's trained already. And mine is getting there. It's just the fact of he's still a puppy, so he can't hold it but for so long. And sometimes when you're trucking, man, you're just in the middle of nowhere, so there's literally nowhere to pull over. So you try to get to a rest area, or you try to, you know, get to an off ramp. But I mean, even of recent in the last week, there you can't take an off ramp when it's covered in ice. It's kind of suicide sometimes. So sometimes, you know, I put the doggy pad down, and sometimes you just got to take the L. Just got to take the L. So. This weather screwed up my 6K week though. Mario, I was about to make $9,200, man, this week. I had the $3,100 load going from Oklahoma to Cali. I delivered that. I delivered that Thursday, I think it was. Yeah, it was Thursday I delivered that. And then I had the load that I picked up Friday morning. I picked that shit up like 5 a.m. Well, no, it was like 6 a.m. out of LA. And I was gonna have that delivered by Tuesday in Pittsburgh. That was paying $6,100. So I was gonna make $9,200 gross this week. That check was gonna be stupid, but now my check ain't gonna be. It'll probably be like $500 because of the fuel that I've spent plus my truck payment, and I only got a $3,100 gross. It's probably gonna be about $500, but that's okay though, man, because I'm still underneath the load. You know what I'm saying? So when it pay out is when it pay out. That's why I say, man, you can't be in a lease truck working from check to check. It's just not a productive thing to do. You'll drive yourself crazy. You really will. You will drive yourself crazy. That's why they tell you, if you jump into a lease or you go and buy a truck or whatever, you got to have capital, man. You got to have an emergency fund. You got to have money sitting to the side, because if not, it's going to be a lot more of a stressful situation for you. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but you're going to have a lot more sleepless nights than somebody who has 10,000 sitting to the side, or 15,000, or even, you know, 5,000. You know, you'd be surprised with how you can stretch $5,000 when you really need to. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Family before everything, Jay. Fuck that load. That's a fact. I'm company. Yeah, but I mean, even as a company driver, bro, like, you gotta educate me. What company are giving drivers company cards to buy what they want? I've never heard of that in trucking. You gotta educate me on that one. I've never heard of that in trucking. So, what be smooth say? Every company is different, especially these foreign carriers. Most rarely buy submit a receipt for reimbursement to avoid people robbing them when they quit. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, especially when you 1099, man. Like if you was like a W-2 employee, and then you was looking at like benefits and stuff like that, you gotta understand, when you go 1099, 9 times out of 10 there are no benefits. The benefit is you 1099, so you're keeping more of your money. Yeah, you're keeping more of your money. But I'm sure with VL, if you have to buy something for the truck, they'll reimburse you. I mean, I like to think I know them pretty well. I mean, but the other thing too, for me, like even if I was a company driver, I wouldn't even want to be reimbursed for that type of shit. I just write it off. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised, you know, buying little stuff like that here and there, and you say those receipts, man, those are write-offs. Those are expenses. You know, for people who always be asking, you know, what can you write off as a 1099 company driver, stuff like that. And that shit adds up. You know, you spend, you know, what, $100 a month on supplies for 12 months. That's $1,200 to write off. You know, it makes a difference. I mean, that's my opinion, but I'm no tax expert, but that's just what I would do. I wouldn't, you know, with the amount of money that we can make out here at VL, both as company and lease drivers, you know, couple $100 here and there for supplies, you know, it's not something that I would stress over. Would be my recommendation. But if it's that big of a deal to you, call and talk to Call and talk to the dispatch manager, or call and talk to your dispatcher. I mean, I'm sure if you make a big enough deal about it, they'll reimburse you, man. I've never heard of a situation where they don't want to pay the drivers back. I've just, but they, I'm VL's #1 cheerleader, so yeah, I'm kind of biased. I guess is what they're gonna say. But yeah, anybody I've ever heard that just saying I thought they were trying to rob me, but if that's the way, nah, they're not trying to. I wouldn't say they're trying to rob you, bro. That wouldn't even make sense. Not as a company driver, even as a lease driver. Rob you for a couple of dollars. That don't make sense. But I see what you're saying. Just talk to him, bro. Just talk to him. Tell him how you feel. Let him know. Maybe it's just a miscommunication thing. Maybe you thought one thing and it was another. Just talk to him. But anyways, my dispatcher, he hit me up today, and this is why I want to use as a teaching moment for the drivers who may not have as much experience as me or may not have experienced this before. My dispatcher hit me up this morning. I used it as a thumbnail for this, and he said something to the effect of, "Hey, what's the update? What are you doing?" And I said, "Hey, man, New Mexico is good. Texas is even good, I believe, but Oklahoma City still looks pretty bad." He asked me, "Are you in Oklahoma City?" And I started to be a smart ass. I'm like, "Well, are you?" But I was like, "Nah, I'm not there." He was like, "Well, I have a driver there, and he's picking up a load headed to Nebraska. So, and he's moving." And I just replied, "Okay." Because what he's trying to say in code is that, hey, if this driver is willing to go out and drive in it, you should be willing to go out and drive in it. And let me tell you something, that's probably one of the worst tactics that a dispatcher can use. That's probably one of the worst, because at the end of the day, no truck driver is the same as the next. You have truck drivers out here who drive in mountains for a living, and then you have some who, if they get on a 3% incline, they fucking shaking in their truck. You know what I mean? Like, don't ever try to compare yourself to another truck driver. Like, let's not even get to the point of the fact that he could be lying. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna say he is, but he could be. But even if he's telling the truth, that driver might have 15 years experience driving in the Northwest. That driver may have chains on his truck. That driver may have fishtailed and got lucky and just so happened to make it. You just never know, man. So when your dispatcher tries to use that against you, you just got to tell them, man, hey, that's not me. My risk, my level of risk is not as high as the next driver. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, you know what I mean? I'm from Louisiana, no mountains, no snow, 10-9 independent contract. Oh, y'all still having your own conversation. So, if listen, it's like I said before, if you have a dispatcher, if you have an operations manager, if you have a dispatch manager, if you have a broker who is asking you to drive in conditions that you do not feel safe driving in, just tell them to send it to you in writing. Tell them to send it to you in writing. Tell them to say, hey, I want you, truck number blank, 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 to go drive from here to here, even though you know that there's winter advisories, there's below freeze, sub-zero temperatures, there's ice, there's been pileups not a week ago, and you cannot 100% guarantee that those roads are clear. Send it to me in writing. I promise you'll never get it in writing. Just like I ain't heard back from my dispatcher yet. I haven't heard back from him yet. I sent him okay. He ain't said nothing to me. Because again, what can he say? Oh, he's trying to be a lazy driver. He don't want to drive. Bro, I'm 1,800 miles away from home. Why would I want to sit in a hotel with my dog instead of driving? Because once I deliver this load to PA, I'm going home. As soon as I deliver in Pittsburgh, I'm getting the next thing. I don't care if that bitch paid 89 cents a mile. I'm going straight to Virginia, and I'm going home so that I can start working on my other plans and figure out how I'm going to moving forward. So why would I want to delay going home? It'd be different if I was at the house, or if I was already on the East Coast, like less than, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make sense. Again, man, it comes down to what's important to you. And it's like, it's not me about to turn and be like, oh, fuck VL. They don't, because it's all dispatchers. It's all dispatchers, it's all brokers, it's all customers. So this isn't no individual me picking on my dispatcher. This is something they're all gonna do. Doesn't matter what you do, especially if you have contract freight. It's probably worse if you have contract freight because that contract freight got to be there. When you got that contract freight, they're like on the schedule. So that, if you're not there, now somebody somewhere isn't getting their shit on time. Like when you're doing like loads off the load board and shit like that, sometimes it's a load that you'll deliver and it may not actually have to get to the consumer for like another week. You may be delivering the materials to make the shit that got to go to the consumer. So they got a little time that they can play with before it actually has to be to the consumer. But when you have contract freight, sometimes that shit is so time sensitive. If you an hour late, you fucking up their whole algorithm and shit. So I know that it's probably a bunch of contract people out there like FedEx. And that's why you see a lot of times, you ever realize when you see these huge pileups, the main trucks you be seeing is FedEx trucks? Think about it. I guarantee you, every pileup you've ever seen, you've seen a FedEx truck. Why? Because FedEx is on the timetable. The same reason why they be flying past you on the interstate, flying past you in the mountains, flying past you when it's pouring raining. FedEx is on such a fucking timetable. They have to be there. They are so strict with that shit. That's why I could never. I'm cool with pulling FedEx freight. I'm cool. FedEx, UPS, even Amazon. Some of that shit be so time sensitive, man. They put so much extra pressure on the driver, and then they not paying them no extra for it. Like fuck that. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So, my best advice right now. FedEx always holding up travel around Chicago with them doubles. Back trailers always flipping over. Yeah, man, they be rushing, man. I just made a video about FedEx flying by. Go check out his video then. I'm FedEx and I'm sitting in the crib. Took off Friday too. Yeah. My best advice. I need my package overnight. My best advice that I could give anybody right now, man. And I know people's financial situations are different. And in no means, shape, or form do I want anybody to struggle or put themselves in a bad financial situation. But my best advice at this point, wait till next week. Or at the very latest, maybe like this weekend, like maybe Friday. Like I honestly think I'm probably not going to move until Friday, if I'm being honest. I think I honestly, because like I say, the route that I have to take, I'm literally going to follow the path of the storm. So for me to leave before Friday would be stupid, in my opinion. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of flack from my company and my dispatcher, but there's nothing that they can do. There's nothing that they can say. There's nothing that they can offer. There's nothing that they can threaten. Because worst come to worst, I'll go home. I'm like I said, man. I got a 1-month-old baby at the crib. I'm not finna go. And then I got the other thing is too. I got a hazmat load. I got a flammable load that's 43,000 pounds of totes. The totes that be rocking back and forth. So I'm for sure not about to go get on no ice with a tote. 43,000 pounds of flammable totes. Fuck out of here, man. What I look like? What I look like, bro? So, what B Smooth say? That's what's good about VL. Fixed cost so low you can afford to sit a week and not hurt like Crime Inc. Crime Inc. Yeah, that's why I be, But again, when I praise VL for certain like shit like that, they kill me. So don't come to VL. Don't lease. It's still a waiting list. I'm catching hell trying to get a second truck. If I'm, be honest with y'all, I just knew I was gonna be able to get a second truck like that. But it's taking so long for me to get a second truck that I'm debating the driver. I have a driver that's already passed his drug test. He did his orientation. He's ready. But because that second truck is taking so long to become available, what I'm considering is getting myself home, cleaning out, detailing my truck, and just putting them in my truck. And then I'm either going to go get in a VL company truck, or I'll just go get me like a gig that'll get me home a little more. I might, get me home a little more. But I don't know, though, because if I do that, then I'll take a pay cut because I won't make as much. But who knows? Maybe that other truck will come available. Maybe this snow and ice will buy me some time to where that other truck will come available, and then I can just put them in that truck. But then at the same time, that truck can come available tomorrow, but I can't fly him to Chicago because, some of these airports are shut down. It's just, they're shut down. There's literally nothing that can be done. So it's just like, at this point, it's out of, like, I probably won't even better make a move until maybe like the second, or even third week in March. I'm hoping the second week in March, but like, nothing is going to be popping off for at least another 2 weeks. It's just, everything is shutting down. You know what I mean? Hey, Mob, I might look into that later on, bro. I might look into that later on for real. So, but so that's where I'm at with it, man. Like, again, I'm right here in the doorstep of expanding my business. You know what I mean? But I'm willing to push that shit back because it's not worth it, man. I would never forgive myself for putting another man and his family at risk because I wanted to make a couple dollars. And then the other thing about it too is that we forget, and I had this conversation with my wife this morning, is that, I came up here maybe a month ago, and I talked to you guys about how when my wife gave birth to my son, it was like a 3-hour period where I didn't see her, and I was just worried about it, didn't know what was going on. And so I could only imagine me calling my wife at home with 2 kids and telling her, hey, look, babe, it's snow and ice through these states that I'm about to go through, but I'm still gonna go drive. And then her not talking to me for, let's say, like 6 hours. Could you imagine the mental anxiety that she would go through looking at, because this shit is all over the news. I've gotten more calls and texts from family and friends back home in the last week than I probably have my entire trucking career. Like, both my grandparents called me, my uncles, aunts, some of them have reached out to me, my cousins, because you're watching, you turn on the news and you just see pile up after pile up, record low after record low, all these crazy things going on, and they know I'm out here. So I can only imagine telling my wife, hey, babe, I'm about to go driving this shit, and then her not hearing from me all day. I couldn't even put her through no shit like that. Sometimes we be so selfish in what we want, we don't stop to think how it affects our loved ones. This job is dangerous enough as is. Dangerous enough as is. We don't need to add no extra danger to this job. Truck driving has been in the top 10 most dangerous jobs for at least a decade. And that's on a dry day when it's sunny. So you add some bad weather, some record low temperatures, and some idiots who are on the road that shouldn't be on the road that's cutting you off in snow and ice. You know what I mean? Your percentage of crashing just continues to go up. You go driving some of these weather, man, you're probably at like 80%, 90% chance of crashing in some of these conditions. Like, fuck that, man. And then it's like, yeah, they clean the road, but even sometimes when they clean the roads, you got like literally like they'll have like, where you can, if you stay in the indent, I don't even know how to say it. Like, if you stay in the crease, you good. But if you drift over and touch that ice or that snow, now you just like this. You look like a TikTok video. You're trailer dancing. So it's just like, no, it ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. Hold on, I'm looking through some of these comments. Bear with me. Yeah, that's a fact. They be wanting you to risk it all from their warm desk, man. I don't know what I did. Why did you do that? Why can't I still see that? I don't know what I just did. Let's see, it takes 3 years to be a decent driver. You was out there risking your life before that. Yeah, it ain't worth the risk, not at all. If VL had home weekly, that'd be great. Well, they're actually, from my understanding, they're working on some regional routes because they are expanding, they're growing. They're looking at some, I know they do have local positions in Chicago right now. And what are you doing, man? He must got to go outside, so I'm about to get off here in a little bit. They do have local routes right now to Chicago, and I know that they are working on regional routes as well, to where you can be home on the weekend. I'm not too solid on when the date that'll start, but I do know that it is in the works, so I don't want to come up here and give any bad information. They kill me enough as is for giving good information, so God forbid I come up here and give bad information, you know what I mean? Let me see. Indiana is the worst. One thing I can say, Jay, catch on quickly. What you mean, Mob? Hey, man, I just, You got to these days, man. You get left behind. You hear me? You said local jail might sound. Yeah, from my understanding, if you live in the Chicago area, they have local situations. Want something to drink? Or you want some food? Give me 1 second. Let me feed my dog food. Yeah, 1 second. My iPad's sitting on the water bottle. There you go. Gotta keep the dog happy. I know how it is. Alright, sorry. Man, it's like having another kid, man. But like I say, he keep me busy. What the fuck is, what you mean, what the fuck is that? That's my dog. Let me see if I can turn this camera around. Whoops. Oh, there you go. Oh, my finger in the way, that's why. See how big it got? It's 4 months old, man. 4 months. He probably about 50, 60 pounds. He's gonna be a beast. Let me plug this back up. Plug this back up. 1 second. Ooh. That's another reason why I'm thinking about getting off the truck, because we running out of space. I ain't gonna hold y'all. And it's not even him. It's all the shit I got to put on the truck to facilitate him. You know, his dog food. You know, I keep at least, 5 to 6 gallons of water up the truck. There we go. Dog food, his little plate. It's just like the truck is getting real crowded. I will say that, but it's worth it though. It's definitely dope having a dog on the truck. I recommend it to anybody. Just try it out. Well, see, I wanted to do that, Ma, but somebody told me you shouldn't give it to him while he got his puppy teeth. I don't know. I'm still learning as I go. Let me go back check on some of these comments right quick. I was going to take a load to Memphis, Tennessee. I told my driver manager, no, you got to, man. Whole lot of excuses. I locally dealt with snow, same snow as everyone else, and still did my job. I didn't hide in the hotel room and try to justify myself. Let me explain something to you, Terror, One Void, or whoever YouTuber you are hiding behind an account. When you have the opportunity to do what I'm about to do in 2021, you're not gonna risk that for anything. You sound like a company driver because you're just thinking about yourself and what you want to do and the money you want to make. I'm thinking about future drivers, future families that I'm going to be responsible for. I'm thinking about so many other things besides just driving a truck. And when I have to look at the big picture, it's not worth it, my nigga. It's just not. So you can say what you want, talk all the shit that you want, bro, but it's not worth it. I don't care how you slicing the dice. You want to go out there and play an ice skate? Have a fucking blast, man. Have a fucking blast. So you be like them drivers on I-20 that stuck on I-20 and they had the local city had to bring them some food because they ain't had no food on the truck because they didn't want to make excuses. You kidding me? I'd rather pay, $200 to $300 in hotel expenses for a week than have to spend $5,000 or God knows how much to pull myself out of a ditch or replace a load that's been damaged or it's just nah, man. I'm sorry. Like I seen a YouTuber, I want to say it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember what his dog. I know it was Slim Dog or Road Dog. He rode his truck and killed his dog. So now I got to think about again the life of not just myself. Like the mindset that you have is a very selfish mindset. It is, man, and I hope that no one else has that type of mindset, man, because it's an ego thing. What are you really trying to prove? If you have money, what are you going out there to risk it for? If you got money, right? We all got money, right? Everybody on YouTube winning. Let everybody tell it. Everybody winning. Everybody got money. Everybody got all these things going on. So why would I go out here and risk it if I got all this money? Unless I'm broke. But I don't know, man. That's just me, man. Whatever. I didn't have a choice. I-65 was messed up. I shut it down. Locally is the operative word. Nah, this teeth is made for raw meat. Okay, I might look into it, Mom. I called dog. Man, I wouldn't have been on the road at all with that ice. I got an EBT card. I'm filling the truck up. Facts. No excuses. I provide for my family like everyone else. The Lord Jesus Christ kept me safe yesterday. Not my own skill. Hey, man, well, God keeping me safe, too, in my hotel. So, we'll agree to disagree. You know what I mean? I'll agree to disagree, bro. You do it your way, I'll do it mine. But I think I'm doing okay. Ain't no Lord worth your life. Not at all. Don't put Jesus in it. Well, chancing it, fool. Keep chancing it. Ain't nothing but a troll, man. One of these YouTubers hiding behind the account. That's all. That boy said Jesus took the wheel. You know what I'm saying? He gonna meet Jesus. Keep playing. Keep on. You gonna get to have a good conversation, a good long conversation. I'm gonna keep talking to this goose in my hotel while I binge watch Snowfall. So, pay him no mind, man. These people use religion for everything. That's a fact. Anything. Imagine bragging that you don't have a choice to work or not. That sounds like slavery to me, but when I call company drivers slaves, they killed me, so I'm not going to do it again. Even hiring a driver, it's more than just having a body in the truck. You're also responsible for that driver and his family. Some don't look. That's what I'm saying, Mom. This is like, again, man, like, this is why, you know, I'm slowly learning when people say that everybody isn't built to be a fleet owner. That shit is, bro, this shit is, I don't even have a driver in the truck and it's frustrating. You know what I mean? Because you just think about all the possibilities and you have to be ready for things that you don't even know to be ready for. It's just so much can go wrong. So much. And some people like to think that, oh, I can just walk away. No, you can't. I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, you can, but it's like when you are this invested into it, when you're, yeah, he was super thirsty. Great Danes drink a lot of water. Anybody who's thinking about getting a Great Dane, they drink a lot of water. He drank more water than me. That shit crazy. But when you're this invested into something, it's just, you know, you can walk away, but nobody really wants to. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's just, again, man, like I come from, in my past, just being so quick to make decisions and just impulsively move, impulsively and emotionally just, I'm gonna do this and just run with it. And I'm just trying to measure 4 times before I cut once. You know, that's all I'm trying. That's all I'm saying. So, man, if they say you hate snow and ice, but out here driving in it, I ain't judging, but your money got to be low. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, there's no way that people are out here saying that they're making what they're making, and you're risking your life. Like, I can't see it. I can't even imagine it. You know, I can't imagine it, bro. Like, I just can't. Like, there's no reality, especially at this point, like with the type of money we're able to touch now. Like, again, whenever this load gets delivered, I'll get $6,100. Whether it's this week, next week, whatever, I'll still get that money. So the money ain't going nowhere. It just may be delayed a week. Then all that is just a matter of what your reserves look like. If you got reserves, then you chilling. If you don't, then maybe you scrambling a little bit. But, you know, no judgment. I'm not broke, but I'm out here, I-80, looking good in PA. Yeah, I think PA not supposed to, but see, that's the thing, too, about the northern states. The northern states take care of their roads. But, like, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, they, for whatever reason, I guess they're just not used to it, or, I don't know, man, but it's just, they have done a terrible job with their roads. Terrible. Company, man, the owner, operator, it's all the same. It's your license at stake. I came from Wisconsin on Saturday. It was rough. I chose to take the day off. Facts. What B Smooth say? Even if you are a true follower of Jesus, equate to never being harmed or being killed. You clearly don't know your Bible, dude. Uh-oh. B Smooth, get him. John chapter 8 says, he that believe have everlasting life. Hey man, when you enjoy your everlasting life, man, I'm gonna enjoy my everlasting hotel stay. You know what I'm saying, bro? What that say? Let's see, but he says, don't be stupid as well. You know what I mean? 6,100 after VLs. No, that's before the 20%. So I'll probably say 6,100 after fuel, truck payment. Well, it depends on the fuel because most of the fuel I ran so far is gonna go on this pay period. So my check would probably be like $500 because I only got that $3,100 gross. So it depends on when I deliver this load. Like if I deliver this load by Tuesday, and then I say I put another, what? Let me do the math right quick. This is just a rough estimate. So 6,100 minus 20% minus 499, and then I still got like 1,600 miles to go. So let's say I fill the tank up twice, about $400 each. So let's say $800. So I'll make probably about $3,500 off this, depending on the fuel. You know what I mean? 35, 36, maybe 34, give or take. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I can have this load delivered by Monday, and then from PA I can find a load delivering down to VA by Tuesday, and throw an extra maybe $500 to $700 on top of it. Because I think Pittsburgh is only maybe 6 or 7 hours from my crib. So who knows? We'll see. I'm not, like I said, it's not nothing I'm gonna stress over. You know what I mean? I'll make what I make, and I'll do and move forward now. So let's see. The roads are good in Ohio. Okay, that's good to know. I got to go across 70 on Ohio. Where you at, Jay? I'm in an undisclosed location in Mississippi right now, waiting for them to take care of the roads. Yep, Joe Biden got that fuel. So, I ain't lying, bro. That fuel, bro. When I came back out the house, and I think I was in, the first place I fueled was it Kentucky or Ohio? I think it was Ohio. And I looked at that shit said $3. I said, what the fuck? Like, yeah, these, bro, what are you, oh, this nigga, are you really, dude? My bill of lading? I'll smack shit out your ass. Can't leave shit around the dog. Nigga, this nigga done goddamn ripped up my bill of lading. I'm glad I already screenshotted that shit and sent it to him. No, bad dog. Anyways, let's see. I guess he never going to die and live forever. English, not your first language. Everlasting me forever. It actually was a joke. If you weren't so tight, loosen up, my guy. It was a joke. We're clowning you if you don't realize by now. Nobody is taking you serious right now. Don't really ice up that much in Southwest Texas near Gulf. I know it's more of a puzzle. I'm stuck in PA at a hotel. Truck is down. Let's see. What's the deal on bringing your own truck or trailer to VL, or just your own truck? What do you have to pay? Or is it the same as your 80/20 with no other fees other than fuel? I don't know. You know what? I'll tell you what you do, what I do. I will call them right now and ask. Live on air. Hopefully they don't say nothing incriminating to me. Here we go.
Thank you for calling VL Trucking. All calls are recorded.
And do what Lockout Man do? Make the call.
Thank you for calling recruiting. Please hold for the next available agent.
Answer your question right now. If I can get them to pick up the phone. It'd be hard to get in contact with them now. Might not pick up. Let's see. I'm gonna get back to you, Michael. See if they're gonna pick up the phone. Must be one of those people who pop up on your front porch at 7 a.m. trying to get you to convert. That's funny. Big money shit. Time to shine. I see you. What kind of pup? Great Dane. It's ice in Houston. There's ice everywhere. Oh, he timed him out. Why he time him out? Terror 1, you sound ignorant. I say ignorant because you obviously don't know the Bible. I'm in PA right above Hagerstown. We're supposed to be getting 8 to 10 answers Thursday and Friday. Yeah, which is why I'm leaving here probably Thursday or Friday. So by the time I get there, it's gone. 14K this week. 4K miles East Coast only. Money line. Damn, time to shine. You be getting it, bro. He was talking about the dog. I don't know what happened with Buddha Black. I don't know what happened. I missed that. Why you not picking up? I know they ain't busy like that. I remember when I could just call VL and they pick right up. Now, man, they just be, be so much going on. Let me try this number. I got a little different number.
Please hold while I try to connect you.
I don't got this number. If they don't pick up, it's gonna be so embarrassing. Damn. Oh, they don't fuck with me no more. They probably think I'm calling about that other truck. I done called them like damn every day last week. Damn, they don't fuck with me no more. They seen that text you put up. Hey, it's the truth. What's wrong? They like, fuck Jay. They can pick up my call, goddammit. Do you really even work at VL? Just joke. Nah, bro, I don't. This whole time I've been lying. Wouldn't that be some shit? I got fired like a month ago. Somebody can take that rumor and run with it. Like, yo, they really not picking up the phone. That is crazy. Let me see something.
Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail.
Yeah, they took me to the voicemail. That's crazy. But I got a lot of questions for the Bible G's Law. Let's see, who else can I call? Let me call this number. I ain't gonna put this on speaker though. Let's see. Okay. Alright, he can call me back. That's the big dog. So he can call me back. Yeah, so we'll wait for him to call back. And then we'll ask him about bringing on other trucks. That special number straight to voicemail right there. That's crazy. That's all right though. I got hella numbers. Don't you worry. This man said he's working from home. I think VL short staffed today. Oh, they working from home? That makes sense then. What'd I say? Probably not picking up because everyone is busy helping drivers stranded or in wrecks. Makes sense. They working from home then. I didn't know that. Richie coming to get that truck. Richie ain't coming to get that truck. Shit. Richie probably got his hands full right now. The driver's trying to drive in snow and wrecking and shit. Because I remember when I ran off the road last week and I called them and I told them what had happened. They was just so happy that it was something so minor compared to some of, I guess, the other accidents they've had and other situations they've had. So I'm gonna try to wait for him to call back and then I'm gonna get up off here. Oh, you okay? Yeah, Terror One Void got okay. Appreciate that because he was just talking foolishness. He was just talking foolishness. What in the world? Religious troll, of course. Yeah, yeah, because I had been trying to get in contact with, I talked to Balago last week, Mario, and between them trying to bring in the new trucks and just drivers fucking shit up, it's crazy. Like I think what happened with VL is just that it's so much, so many people coming. It's so many people coming at once that it's getting crazy. Like VL is slowly like turning into a mega carrier. Like when I first came here, this was like a relatively like smaller company, really unknown besides like maybe like one YouTuber. But now, I mean, they are like it's crazy. It really is. It's really crazy. So, but anyways, that was who? Oh, that was Richie that I called. That was Richie. Let me see. I should call Vic. I don't know if I want to call Vic though. That's the big boss. He might not pick up though. Let me see. Let me see. Hey, what's going on, Vic? I'm pretty good. Hey, I got a quick question. I'm doing a little live feed and taking some Q&As on VL, and I had a guy that asked me if someone was to bring their own truck and trailer to the company, what kind of a percentage split would they be looking at, as well as what other expenses would they be looking at paying?
I'll tell you in just a second. Let me dig that paperwork.
Okay.
If they're not taking a trailer from me and that truck is going to pass DOT inspection, and you know we can slap our DOT signs on that truck, that person will be at 17% flat, which will include the ELDs, camera, IFTA preparation, billing, dispatching. So all of it is going to be in there. We are not charging for the trailer. Obviously, if they're using their own, that's it.
Okay. And so you saw 7, so that's what, 83%. Okay.
Correct. So it's 1783.
17. Okay. Now, what about if someone brings a truck, but not a trailer? They want to still use you guys as trailer. I know they have to pay their own bobtail insurance, but what else? Would it still be 80-20, or would it be 83 as well?
No, it's going to be 80-20. They're using our trailer. So the trailer for drive-in takes 3% extra. For reefer, it's extra 5%.
Extra 5%. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So for example, if they have just a truck, they can sublease this to the truck to VL Trucking, and they're taking the refrigerator trailer, then they're going to be 22. If it's a drive-in, then they're going to be 20.
20, so 80 and then 70. Okay.
Yeah. So we're not charging them the payment for the truck. That's their truck, but that's all there is to it.
Okay. Cool. I appreciate it, man. I'm sure they'll appreciate the information as well. I'll call you a little later because I wanted to ask you about some other things, but we'll talk a little later about that. I appreciate the information as always, man.
Anytime, buddy.
Thank you.
Bye.
For those who don't know, Vic is the head guy in the building, so I don't want to keep him up here too long. You know, his time is precious, but that is that's the big dog as far as in the building. So you got dispatchers, you have the dispatch manager. You have the recruiting manager, which is Ina. You have the maintenance manager, which is Blago. Dispatch manager is Richie, is who I called early. He said he called me back. And then Vic is like the head guy over all of them. Cool, super cool dude, man. Like you could be like, it's like, I could try to settle like VL is one of those situations. Oh, only I can talk to them. Like, no, anybody who works here can call any of these numbers and talk to them directly and get assistance and shit like that. So it ain't no, super special situation. So anybody that works here at VL can tell you that. Corey can tell you that. Mario, Time to Shine, Pole Boy, everybody, Gideon, any of them can call and get the same information. So, but there you go. So if you come with a truck and trailer, you get an 83-17 split, and then that's drive-in. Now reefer, what is it? So that would be what is that? Because reefer already gets like 78, so that's extra 3 cents. So what is that? 81 cent? 81%? Yeah. So, but if you come with your own truck and no trailer, then it's still the same 80-20 split, but you got to pay your own bobtail insurance on the truck. So, reefer all day, baby. This is facts. We can reach out. Yeah, I have tanker, but not hazmat, so I don't need to get hazmat at all. You can. I would, if you're gonna pull dry box, I would recommend getting a hazmat because that's the majority of what they pull. But with reefer, I'm not sure. You can ask some of the reefer guys. I would imagine you can do well on reefer without having a hazmat. But I just don't. I don't know. I just don't know. So you could. I would. Mario could probably answer that. Time to Shine probably can answer that a lot better than me as far as reefer without the hazmat. But dry van, I would definitely recommend coming with a hazmat and tanker just to make a little more money. So let's see. Cool, glad you're doing good, Jay. Appreciate that, Road Dog. Vic, the coolest guy ever, Z. Coolest guy ever. Who that? Oh, what up, Brian? Oh, I gotta make you a moderator. Bam. What's up, Brian? Hey, man. So we may be delayed by a week because I'm stuck in New Mexico right now. So I may be looking more so to a start time, probably like the second week in March, as of right now. So we'll see though. I'll keep you updated. Yeah, man, it's crazy out here, dude. Like it's crazy. Like I probably won't move again until Friday. That's how bad it is. So for those who don't know who Brian is the guy that I have been working with out at the port. Super cool dude, big ass fleet, fuck a load of money, but super cool still. He's giving me a lot of tips with helping me trying to establish a fleet and do trucking business, shit like that. So salute to Brian. He don't got no videos and nothing like that, but he a true vet. Like he one of them dudes. Like if he was like one of y'all YouTubers, he would be super stingy with his information. He wouldn't want to help nobody. He wouldn't want to fuck with nobody. But he a real cool dude, man. It's rare to find that. Like once people get to a certain level in this industry, they act like they don't want to fuck with nobody. They don't want to help nobody and nothing. So I'm very fortunate to be cool with a situation like that and get tips. So we're gonna be doing business together for sure. Sub-Zero wins, yeah, man. If you're an owner op, you can haul reefer only like I do. Okay, so there you go. I got hazmat, so I can't really answer that. Okay, time to shine. The reefer trailers are good shape. Yeah, they should be in good shape. I think they just got some new trailers. Because I'm telling you, Michael, like VL grew so fast. Like they had to get new trailers. All the company trucks are now like 2020 and newer. Like it's a lot of new equipment that they're getting. That's why everything is on backorder. That's why it's taking people so long to get a lease truck, because it's just so many people that are here. It's more drivers than equipment at this point, which is why there's a waiting list. So it's definitely like the equipment is not bad, which is why when one person came up here and said that VL is setting you up for DOT inspections, like how when the equipment is new, you know what I mean? But listen, I bring that back up. Let's see. More money hauling hazmat will drive down, but opens you up more to be pulled over and by DOT. That's a fact. Are they really bad with home time? As a company driver, I mean, I would say if you run 2 to 3 weeks, you're gonna go home for 2 to 3 days. And on that second or third day, they're gonna be calling. So I guess it depends on how you want to run. That was one of the main reasons I decided to be a lease out, because I wanted to control my home time. He is going crazy over there. Just going crazy. So, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's probably average about any regional company. You know what I mean? If you're going to be a company driver, they're pretty much going to run you like a regional. They're going to run you like a regional driver, unless you choose to stay OTR. But even at that point, I wouldn't recommend you staying out longer than 4 weeks, because they're not really going to want you to go home longer than 4 to 5 days. They don't want that truck to sit that long. So, but you got company drivers in here as well that can speak for that. Gideon and Z Harlan. I think Corey leasing now. Yeah, so you got different drivers in here that can give you their different perspectives in regards to home time. Do they hire out of Georgia? Absolutely. Absolutely they do. Let's see. That's the biggest thing that worries my VL is the CSA score and being targeted by DOT. I mean, that can be an issue. But I mean, I've had one situation where my trailer tire was out, so I failed it. But I mean, me personally, I try to drive closer to nighttime versus daytime, and that helps me avoid that a lot. But I mean, I guess, just depends on what you're willing to deal with, man. I know a lot of guys here who have passed DOT inspections easily. I posted Mario's DOT inspection. He got like a level 1. So I guess it just depends on the quality in which you keep your equipment. If you keep your equipment in good quality, then I would say you have nothing to worry about. But if you, cut some corners and shit, then maybe it may not be the best situation for you. If I'm being completely honest with you, I don't want to mislead or set anybody up. Keep it as on 100 as I can. Get caught up on these comments. VL will probably charge $500 a week for a reefer like other foreign carriers. Stop hauling has-been just because of DOT purposes only. That makes sense, time to shine. I ain't gonna lie, like, I had a team that wants to come on with me, and if they do come on and I can get a second truck, I might have them haul reefer. You know what I mean? Just because a team hauling reefer sounds like a very profitable situation. So, and I might eventually put them in a newer truck, but we ain't gonna get into those details. That's later down the line. So I'm giving away too much. Giving away too much of the drip. Let's see. Tony Sean, 14K before, after VL, 20%. I'm sure it's probably before. I'm in Georgia, definitely hire out of here. You know damn well we don't pay. Time to shine, that's right, I forgot about that. Can drivers book their own loads, or you have to use a dispatcher, Michael, but some guys have a relationship with their dispatchers where I've seen a guy say where they'll go and on the DAT board and they'll send a load to their dispatcher and the dispatcher will book it for them. I guess it goes on a case by case. Some dispatchers do it, some don't, because some have relationships with brokers to where they're going to get a higher cents per mile than the DAT board may be offering. So that is more of a case by case. So now we're going to go ahead and boom, get you on out of here. Have a nice day. Now you cannot comment. What was the word used? Everlasting. You can everlastingly blocked. There you go. Did I use it right that time? Let's see. Which company have you been in the longest? What company has I been with? You know what, man? VL is right there. If you're talking about on and off, Swift. But if between Swift and working with Brian, on and off. But if you're talking about a consistent span, we're going into March, and I've been here since June. So July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So I'm going on 9 months with VL, which is probably, because I worked at NBI. I think that was February, so March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, next month will make the longest period of time consecutively that I've been with a company, which is VL. Other places have been like off and on. So I'll go to Swift, I'll leave, I'll go work for Brian, leave, go back to Swift, leave, go back with Brian, shit like that. But yeah, so this is going on the longest span I've had with a company. So I think that's pretty dope. I think that's a nice milestone for me and everything that I've been through, Some people will look at it like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do. But, sometimes shit just go a little different, you know what I mean? So you just got to appreciate the small steps that you're making to being better. So let's see here. Do not go to Gold Coast Logistics again. Do not go to Gold Coast Logistics. I don't even know who that is. So drive-in is 80% and reefer is 22%. Not bad for an extra 2%. Yeah, and that's with your own truck. If you got the trailer, then it's 83 and 81. So, vacation, you can comment, but no one will see it. What's the deal with everyone knocking VL? Man, it's because VL is different, I believe, from other companies. They're putting drivers in good situations, and I think the biggest thing is that you have guys out here who may have trucks, authorities, situations where it took them 5-10 years to build it, so they feel a certain entitlement to be able to say, I own my truck. And then you have us where we have 5 years or less experience. Some of us only had 1 year experience, and we're walking in the door at VL and we're making ballpark the same money as them. So it's kind of like in the thing of the audacity of us to come and make this money when we haven't put in our time. You know, some feel like we haven't put in enough time to be able to do the things that we're able to do at VL. And I think that's the biggest reason. You know, that's what makes the most sense to me. Just not enough time. But you know, who knows, man? People gonna just find it. Saying they used to hate on Prime. They used to hate on. They gonna hate on anything, man. That's just how some people are built. You know, can't let that shit bother you. Gideon is mostly cash truck drivers or drivers against foreign-owned carriers. Makes sense. Gold Coast will have you paying about $1,300 to $1,500 fixed costs and let you book their Uber app. Oh wow, that's tough. So, but that's all I got for today, guys. I hope I answered all the questions that I can answer in regards to VL. If you have any other questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter. Twitter, Instagram. My email, ATruckerNamedJay at Yahoo, Instagram and Twitter is ATruckerNamedJay. Also, you can hit up Gideon for company perspective. You got Corey, you got Mario Caldwell, you have Time to Shine. All those guys have been here just as long, if not longer than me. Z Simply Hauling, company drivers, and they can give you different perspectives. I don't want to just seem like we're the VL Justice League, but it works. You know, it fucking works, man. You know what I mean? Like, people can hate Marvel all day long, but if they keep making good movies, people are going to keep watching this shit. So if VL keeps making their drivers a fuckload of money and taking care of their drivers and doing them right, people are going to keep talking good about it. I mean, you know what I mean? You can't talk bad about something that's not bad. That's just not how it works. Just sorry. So, but that's all I got for today. Like I said, we're going to be in this hotel for at least another day or two. Possibly till Friday. So we're gonna be chilling. I'm about to go binge watch Snowfall. I'll probably watch what's the joint with Denzel? What's the movie with Denzel? Where he be like helping people and he got all them like skills and shit. Equalizer. I'm about to go watch Equalizer, the first one. I think the first one was better than the second one, so I'm gonna go watch that. And finish drinking on my Grey Goose and orange juice. Know what I'm talking about? Ooh wee. So, but as always, man, y'all know the vibes. Stay safe, literally, for real. Please stay safe out there, man. Don't let no ego-driven, dick-swinging contest get you out there on the roads and have you land on your side looking stupid or have you jackknife looking at the back of your trailer looking stupid. Please, man, I recommend everybody, don't leave until next week. That's my recommendation. If you can financially afford it and not take a huge hit, don't move your truck until Monday. Is my recommendation. Let everything pass over. Give them a time to clean it up. Me personally, I may leave Friday just because the area that I'm in will be good by Friday, and then the areas that I'm going to by the time that I get there, which will be like Saturday and Sunday, they should be good. So please don't nobody move. Don't nobody move until Monday. That's my recommendation. Unless you are going to drive over the weekend. But please stay safe, man. All my friends, all my associates, all my co-workers, all my enemies, all my trolls. If you hate me, look, I still like you enough to not want you to be out there in a bad situation. That watching that I-35 accident, that was the most horrific shit I've ever seen, bro. Like watching that FedEx truck run over 3 trucks and I don't want anybody in that shit, man. Like for real, on some real shit. We can joke, we can laugh, we can troll, whatever. Please, man, nobody go out there, man, if you don't have to. Seriously. It is not fucking worth it. I don't care. I don't care what your plans are. They can wait. I don't care if you're trying to go home, if you're trying to leave home. It can wait. I promise your family will thank you. Your company will thank you because you won't be crashing and fucking up their CSA score. And most importantly, you will thank yourself later on. So please stay safe. Stay positive. Stay productive. Find some productive stuff to do while you're in your truck. If you're a 1099 driver, look up some tax breaks, that stuff you can write off, you know, educate yourself. If you're a lease operator, look up some dealerships, like look up just research some things that can help you. Be productive, be positive, you know what I mean? Don't just be sitting in the truck being mad. That's not gonna help you. That's not good for your mental health. It's not good for your physical health. It's not good for your financial health because you can go spend some money on some stupid shit. So just please, man, be safe, be positive, be productive. God, family, trucking, man. I see